Welcome to Jets Talk. My name's Ryan. I'll be your pilot. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Boys and girls, I want to talk a little New York Jets Hard Knocks, top 5 stories I think you should be watching for and paying attention to, or, storylines that I think are really exciting heading into this whole Hard Knocks series. So let's jump right into it. The first one on my list, Quinn Williams. Are they going to sign him? Is it going to happen before training camp? Is it going to happen during training camp? Is he going to hold out into the season? What's going on? The first time the Jets were on Hard Knocks, we had Darrelle Revis and the New York Jets in a really bad contract negotiation. You couldn't figure out what was going to happen. They wound up signing the deal at the Roscoe Diner. It's this whole big storyline throughout Hard Knocks. This year, photocopy it. It's going to be Quinn Williams, but I don't think it's going to go on as far. I think Quinn's going to sign. You saw the contracts for all these other defensive tackles that Quinnen was drafted with, and they all kind of fall in line. Quinnen's the best of the bunch. He deserves the next highest contract. This wasn't like the Revis situation in terms of numbers. When Revis was holding out, Nnamdi Asomugha had a monster deal, and cornerback like 2, 3, 4 were like way below that. Quinn Williams, arguably should get paid more than anyone not named Aaron Donald at defensive tackle. So I think he's going to get paid. I think Joe Douglas is going to do right by him. I don't think Robert Saleh is super worried about this happening either. I think it's going to be about a 4-year, $100 million contract. And I think that's exactly what the Jets need. Show your young players that when you play like a New York Jet and you act like a New York Jet, you get paid like a New York Jet. And that's important because we've been paying a lot of outside free agents over the course of the last 10 years. And this is really the first contract from a player on our team that was drafted by our team that we're looking to re-sign, at least in any sort of large capacity since like Muhammad Wilkerson. So Joe Douglas, get this done, get Quinnen into camp. I'm not too concerned about it at this point in time, but I do want to see Quinnen get his dollars. Next one up, this is a big one. This is the offensive line, specifically Makai Beckton. We did not get to see him play last year at all. He got hurt in like the beginning of August of training camp last year after missing the entire season prior to that, except for like maybe a half of a game or something along those lines. So Makai Beckton, are you coming back healthy? And he obviously wants to prove everyone wrong. We declined his 5th-year option. He's playing in a contract year. All the spotlights from HBO, the team, you're focused on the offensive line. How are they going to protect Aaron Rodgers? And the left-hand side, Dwayne Brown, he's getting up there in age. Can Makai Beckton unseat the left tackle? Now, I tend to think that Brown is going to be staying over on the left-hand side. I think given the way he played last year and just his career length at left tackle, I feel like it's more likely than not he's going to stay on that side. But Makai Beckton, can you lock down the right-hand side? Or prove us wrong and you're going to be maybe a left tackle or something along those lines. But can you stay healthy? And how does your skill set translate from your rookie year to now year 4? Are you going to be able to show the same kind of dominance? I want to see the speed. I think he's poised for a really big year when all the lights are on you and you're motivated the way I think Makai Beckton is. This is going to be exciting because if we can hit a Makai Beckton, like, sure, maybe you don't give him a monster contract at the end of the year, but I think at the very least you franchise tag him. He gets his money, after having a little bit of a rough go of it. And the Jets may have like a left tackle. So can this dude stay healthy? I'm very much looking forward to the answer to that question. Number 3, it's Zach Wilson. Like, I know I don't want to see Zach Wilson play like at all this season, but I'm fascinated by the storyline here because Zach, starter the last 2 years, number 2 overall pick, has the Hall of Fame quarterback in Aaron Rodgers sitting in front of him now, kind of fell into like the bad graces of teammates, or maybe like fell out of favor with his teammates towards the end of last year with all the debacle, losing a bunch of games, kind of throwing his teammates under the bus in some of his press conferences. How does the dynamic work now? Because we've seen the One Jets Drive stuff and they've kind of like shielded him or hid him. HBO, they're going to show you the drama. I think we're going to see some inner workings here. I'm not too concerned because I do think Zach's a good guy. I'm fascinated to see, has he progressed at all? Does sitting behind Aaron Rodgers help him in any sort of meaningful on the field capacity? Or is it even just like does he appear different? I don't know. It's just weird. The whole dynamic around Zach Wilson, the team, Rodgers, how is it going to play out? I don't even know how to like really say that because there's other storylines we should be paying attention to on the field specifically. But like, this has some drama potential. to it, and I'm here for it. Number 2. This one's easy. This is the rookies from last year. You got Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, and Sauce Gardner, all for different reasons. Could have had offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year, and likely comeback player of the year, possibly with Breece Hall. I got to imagine he's one of the top 1 or 2 favorites in that particular category. How do these guys progress into their sophomore year? Does Breece Hall bounce back from the injury the way we're all hoping he does? We want to see some Adrian Peterson-esque return. Do the Jets bring him in slowly? Do they maybe start him on IR for the first, 4 weeks of the season and let Izzy and Carter and Bam take the workload? Or does Breece hit the ground running? Garrett Wilson, now that he's got Aaron Rodgers throwing him the ball, what can he do? This guy is poised for a monster season, and I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. We've needed a big-time wide receiver, and this kid is special. And then Sauce Gardner, can you live up to the hype after year 1? You're arguably, heck, the NFL executives, scouts, players, and coaches ranked you the number 2 cornerback in the NFL. Can you withstand the target on your back? Because you got to know teams are going to test you. Are you going to get away with some of the little grabbiness at the offensive, defensive line there? I know a lot of opposing fans were very upset with that. I think this is going to be really exciting to watch Sauce Gardner, how he grows from year 1 to year 2. Does he gain a little bit more weight? He's already like an alien, like these friggin' long-ass arms and monster wingspan and the jumping and the speed. Oh, these 3 young players. I just want to see everything we can about them. And if you can give me any sort of underlying story, like the last time I saw them like really like all together, was when Sauce released that video and they're trying to get Aaron Rodgers into New York, and you see the chemistry. It's building there, and this is the core foundation of it. So can these 3 guys play like they did at the high points of last year, and can they stay healthy? Can we go through an entire season? I'm so looking forward to this unit. And then obviously, number 1 overall, it's got to be Aaron Rodgers. I'm looking forward to seeing if we can turn back the hands of time. And let's see some magic from Aaron Rodgers. Everyone's going to say he's washed up. Everything that we saw last year in Green Bay, it was a sign of things to come. This is going to be the Peyton Manning level fall off, and he's going to go off a cliff. No, the Jets could have won the AFC East with like average quarterback play last year. And you're talking about a guy who's coming in here motivated. People haven't seen this guy as happy as he is right now in years. Like former teammates are saying this. This guy seems like he's dialed in. I think he's got something to prove. I think he's got that chip on his shoulder, and it's like the size of the Big Apple. It's just resting on there, and he's happy to be here. He's going to all the New York, spotlight things. Aaron Rodgers probably never imagined he'd be on Hard Knocks. His teams are always too good for him to actually get on it, but now he's got the opportunity to be in a primetime spotlight on a up-and-coming team in a just... this is going to be so awesome. I know there's a lot of fans that really do not want to deal with Hard Knocks right now, but I am like giddy about this. The last time the Jets were on Hard Knocks, we had the best season of any team to ever be on Hard Knocks. That was 11 wins. That is entirely attainable with Aaron Rodgers at the helm and this roster stacked around him. Like absolutely possible. So I'm looking forward to everything we're about to see. I want to hear from you guys. What were your top 5 reasons to watch this series? Are you excited for it? Are you not excited for it? If you guys are interested, myself, O'Leary, Greenbean, we are doing a Week 9 group ticket buy. I'll link it down below, talkingjets.com. If you guys are interested in going to the game, get tailgate shirt, all that good stuff. Get them while they're hot. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, go Jets. Jets, Jets, Jets.